All right, we are live. Not sure how much of a delay there is in the actual live stream from when I'm talking, but I should probably send out an email to people and saying that I am live now. Lane, good morning. How's it going? Let's see, I'm going to share this. Let's send that. We'll send it now. Cool. I am doing great. Glad I'm doing a live stream again. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and yeah, it's been a little bit too long because I think things have changed. Some things have changed, but I haven't really been talking to the Closet Tools folks, so it's good to be back. It's good to be in my new space. I don't know, you can kind of see, switch my camera. So this is actually my new workspace. It's totally unfinished. As you can see, there's some painting to be done. And so I actually, back in October, we got a new house. And this workshop is attached to the garage. And it was a mess. There was a lot going on in here. But I kind of slowly converted it to my workshop / office. And it's coming along. And so it's cool that I'm able to work out of here, and then, I can do like live streams and stuff like that, and not be interrupted by the kids and stuff like that. But I can work from home, and it's pretty sweet. So I appreciate your help trying to get Closet Tools working for me again. Yeah, this weekend was rough. That one update that I sent out broke the Kiwi browser installation method, and I don't know how many people actually use it on Kiwi browser. It's probably like, I don't know, 100 or so. So it's a significant amount. Yeah, that was I got a lot of emails, a lot of angry emails, people. So I spent all weekend fixing it, and now it's working. So that's good. Part of the issue was Chrome. When you update the Chrome extension, there's a waiting period where they have to like approve your app when you upload it. And so like that was part of the issue. I couldn't just like fix it immediately because when I pushed the update, it had already been a few days before I pushed the previous update. So then I had to fix it and then push an update, and it still took another couple of days to get the update out. So it was it's a mess so real quick I changed up the installation instructions just in case, like, hey, like, you can still use it on your Android phone. This version isn't as good, but it'll still work. People didn't like that. So actually this morning if I go to the documentation, it should be the new, I switched it back to the Kiwi browser installation method, and I made a new video. talking about that. So yeah, that'll be good for people. So I did have one person who had questions about Closet Tools. They wanted me to answer in the live stream. See if I can find it. I'm not sure. Kamizi. Is that Kamizi or Kamizi? Darst says, hey Jordan, keep up the good work. I'm enjoying and sharing and using Closet Assistant app. Yeah. And Closet Assistant. Yeah. So there's another app called Closet Assistant. They kind of stole the name of my app. And because my business / app is called Closet Tools, I just decided to switch everything over to Closet Tools. So people still reference it as Closet Assistant just because that's what it kind of originally was anyways. And kind of the idea was the global business was Closet Tools, but then, you know, Closet Assistant was like one little product within that, and then I was going to have like more things and stuff like that. And I still do plan on doing some more products and stuff like that. But yeah, so it's kind of funny when people reference it as Closet Assistant because I'm like, yeah. Winnette Ford says, good morning. Winnette, I remember you from my email inbox. It is always funny seeing familiar names from my emails. So I was trying to find, somebody sent me an email, like, I think it was yesterday. I'm trying to find it. They said they couldn't come to the live stream, but they had some questions. New England Betty Boop says, good morning, Jordan. Loving my closet tool. Awesome. That's great. Daisy Ochoa says, good morning, Jordan. Lachey Hundal says, good morning, Jordan. Yeah, I'm wondering where most of you guys are coming from. I'm on the East Coast, so it's 11 a.m. here. Chrissy says, hi, I use Safari, and I keep getting interrupted yesterday and this morning. When I go to use the app, it says update, and when I select update, it doesn't complete. Interesting. It shouldn't say anything about updating. Christy, if you want to send me an email or something. Oh, I'm updating iOS now. Once done, I'll try again. I hear there's an issue with Safari or updating a app. Yes, Christy, if you are updating from iOS 13 to 14, you just have to redo the installation instructions again. So if you're on the website, it's this page here, the Apple installation. Basically, this button here changed the oh wait, no. Actually, I changed the instructions to use Chrome now instead of the Safari one. So if you want to try the Chrome one, I think actually I recommend that because in the Safari one, people were having issues where, like, if you hit your closet URL, it opens the Poshmark app. So you have to, like, remove the Poshmark app on your phone if you want to use it. So if you want, you can just run through these instructions again, and I can post a link in the chat here. That's going to be the installation instructions. Chrissy's from North California. Sweet. I would love to visit North California. It seems like a nice place. I noticed when there's a Posh Party, for example, best in shoes, is there a way we could pick only certain listings to share? Yeah, so one thing that I think a lot of people don't understand about Closet Tools is that it pays attention to your Poshmark filtering settings. So like if I go to Poshmark, and this is my wife's closet, so say like there's a shoes party or something like that, what I would do is I would, like, I don't know if my wife has like kids shoes or what. Let's see if she has kids shoes. Sweet, there's one kid's shoe. So, oh, help you tie your boots? Sure. I'm on the live stream. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Wow, that was probably pretty loud. There's a few people here that are watching. So, all right, go get your boots, and then I'll help you tie them up. So this Poshmark setting here, this filtering setting, so you can use these filtering settings, and then Closet Tools will adhere to those settings. So if I go to share to followers, right, it's just going to share one item. Loading items, 1 of 1, boom. And so like it's the same thing for like offer to likers or sharing to parties or anything like that. If you use the Poshmark filtering options, then you can get the exact items on the page that you want to share or offer or change prices on. A lot of people ask me like, oh, can I just change prices on a couple items? And it's like, yeah, you can just filter out exactly the ones you want up here, and then Closet Tools use it. All right. You got your foot in?
I have socks on.
Yeah, they're all knotted up. Here. There's no way to add multiple women's and men's kids' shoes. Actually, category shoes, you should be able to, I wonder, if you hit, wait, hold on a second, Finley.
Sorry.
That's okay. So like if I go to kids, let me see if I can do this. If I can get rid of, oh no, it just says department kids and category shoes. I wonder if I get rid of department kids, if that works. It does. Oh, but it did it for like women's. Interesting. Yeah, so you would have to do by department first, unfortunately. So, yeah.
Which one do you want it?
You can just leave it how it is.
Like.
All right. Is there any other questions? I still haven't found that one person's questions. I think I'll just go through my email inbox and just double check everything. Found it. Okay. New here. What is the reason behind likes and unliking? So Closet Tools doesn't do liking and unliking. You're right. I don't really understand why you would want to do that.
I just have my shoes off.
Yeah, I just got it untied, buddy. Yeah, so Closet Tools doesn't actually do the liking and unliking. Here you go, buddy.
Hey, Daddy, are you talking to somebody?
Yeah, I'm talking to 21 people.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right. You just gonna leave them like that, or you want to tie them up?
I'm tired.
All right.
Because I am going to trip.
Yeah, you probably would trip. All right, buddy. Love you. Catch you later. Okay. Is there a way to automatic offers 10% until it's complete, then automatically do 20% immediately after and 30% after? There's not a way to automatically do that. I mean, you can. This is Jennifer Harrison's question. You would just, offer to likers at 10% and then send those offers and then wait till it finishes and then do the 20% and 30%. I would be hesitant to do that because once you offer 30% on your items, then the only way the users are going to do or get a new offer is by going 10% less. So like then you're talking like 40%, at least within a month of sending the offer. So yeah, I'd be hesitant to do that. I mean, I guess you could technically do it for like new likes or something like that. But yeah, there's no way to automatically go through and do it over again. You just have to do that manually. Yeah. Okay, here's some questions that somebody else had. How many times will a captcha come up in a day before Poshmark bumps me off? If I'm doing 5,000 shares using high, medium, and sloth modes. Yeah, so 5,000 shares is fine. And generally when you're under 5,000 shares, the captcha pops up every 1,000 shares or so. And then after that, it comes up probably every 500 shares. And the number of captchas really isn't that big of a deal. Poshmark just wants to know that you're a real human that's actually doing that. I mean, even if you share really fast manually, if you do a few thousand shares, you'll still see a captcha. So it's not just something that comes up with Closet Tools or anything like that. But certainly 5,000 shares a day, that's what I recommend for most people. And that seems to be pretty good. If you start to get up in the 8, 9, 10,000 shares a day, that's when you risk getting put in share jail, and Poshmark will block you from sharing for a day, and then you have to wait a day before you can share again and stuff like that. And if you get in share jail too much, then they'll actually restrict your reach. So then when you share your items, you're actually not showing up in all of your followers' feeds. So that's something you definitely want to be careful about. I was being captured constantly 2,500 a day when I switched to background share after the last live stream. Almost completely went away, and following day jumped tenfold. So you're saying you got more captchas when you were doing background sharing? Is that what you're saying, Nick? New Bloom Closet. How do I use the follow and unfollow buttons? I've tried with no success. Yeah, those are just basically like if you go to, so I'll go to like my wife's followers. So like here's her following down the list and following people. And you can change the speed if you want. Like I can go to fast and it'll do it faster. There have been some issues reported with this, where, people will say that it like follows, but then it like unfollows. So I'm definitely looking into that for sure. And yeah, almost none. Oh, okay. So you got almost none with the background sharing, which is interesting. That's cool. I like the background sharing mode. I think it works really well for especially mobile users. So New Bloom Closet, that's how you follow. And then like, of course, if you want to unfollow, you just hit unfollow and then it'll go through and unfollow people. So yeah, but it has to be on a list like this where there's like these blue follow buttons. That's where it's going to work. So that's like if you go to somebody's followers or they're following in their closet, like that's where you're going to see those buttons. Is this available for mobile? Work computers block Poshmark, and I only have an iPad and iPhone as an alternative. They don't permit Chrome extensions. Right, Aaron. There's some instructions. Actually, I already pasted them in the chat, but I'll put them here. I don't know if I can reply to you directly. Huh. So here's a link, Aaron, to the documentation on how to install. Install Closet Tools on your iPhone. I mean, it's a little bit of a hack, but it works pretty good. Yeah. So just a question. Say you got your account restricted for using bots. Does Poshmark track your IP address, phone IP address, and personal information like eBay does? I don't actually know the answer to that. This is Techie Girl's question. I know that if you get put in share jail on one device, you can actually still share on another device. So there are some IP restrictions. So not sure, like, if you should abuse that. Like, you should try to stay within the limits, and try to behave so you don't get banned off of Poshmark. But certainly, yeah, if you want to mix up devices that you use it on and things like that, that's probably good. Or it's bad. I don't know. If Poshmark sees you're using it on like 20 different devices, that's probably a red flag. Like, hey, this person's doing something fishy. So, yeah, you want to make it look like you're a real user, using the tool. New England Buddy Boop says, I was put in share jail even before Closet Tools. Nice. Hey, you must have had some sore thumbs. All right, so this other person had a bunch of questions. Let me see. Oh, we got another one. Thanks for the info earlier. I guess my question, is there a way for you to add a function that allows us to pick certain listings from multiple categories to share all day. Yeah, the multiple categories thing is the tough thing, because like you saw, if I go to my wife's closet here, like you have to pick a category first. I would say the only way to do that is if you sort by brand or by like color or price. Then you'll be able to do multiple categories, on your page. And I think there's other ways. Is there a way to filter? I thought there was a way to filter by text, but maybe not. Yeah. And so here, another thing too for OMF get Scort DX3. I think I said that right. The other thing you can do is in the sharing tab, there's at the bottom, there's this select items. If you hit that, then at the top of the sharing tab, there's this selection thing that pops up. And you can hit select items, and then you can just like pick items to share. So like I can share these 8 items. And then when I go to hit share to followers, it only does those 8 items. So that's another thing that you can do to just select whatever items that you want. The last few months, Closet Tool shares my closet out of order. I set the tool to share from bottom up. Is there a way to work around this to fix this? Yeah, this is actually something I'm looking into. I'm assuming it's the background sharing that is doing that. And the issue is it's this just shared. When you go to your she says, is there a limit or just 8? No, you can select. So like one of the options is to select all of your items. So what's nice about that is you can select them all and then just like unselect the ones that you don't want, and then you can share all of those items. So that works pretty good. What was I saying? Oh, the issue is when you go to a closet the first time, it's not actually sorting by just shared in the background. It's actually sorting by a mode called what is it called? It's like best match, and that's on the back end. You can't actually pick. Actually, I think it's this relevance one, and that's something I have to fix on my end. Where I think the first time, if you go to a closet and don't specify just shared, then in the background it actually takes that relevance mode and it shares it by that. So that's why sometimes people get their closet messed up when they use background sharing mode. So that's something I have to fix in an upcoming update. Cool. All right, let's go back to this person's questions. Do people leave the house while sharing their closet on Sloth? I would say 100%. Yeah, people usually, I mean, that's kind of like the point of Closet Tools is to be able to, have it share while you're doing other things that you want to be doing with your time. So that's 100% people do that. I wouldn't do that probably if you don't have the automatic Captcha solver. Because if a Captcha pops up, then it's going to stop. Or I mean, you can have it stop and just come back and solve it when you get home. So yeah, that was question number 2 this is from Sherry. She sent me an email. She said she couldn't join the stream, but she had a bunch of questions. So Nick in the comments says, sending offers to all multiple times a day, as you suggested, has worked very well. Also happy I can give smaller shipping discount. Yeah, I did update the shipping discount to match Poshmark's new shipping discounts. Techie Girls says, sometimes Poshmark does not allow a full page scroll. Sometimes you have to use auto scroll, then manually scroll down and wait because Poshmark is slow on loading. And yeah, Techie Girl, that is why I actually let me bring this down for a second. That is why I added background mode. So you can't even see my screen. There we go. So background mode right here, if you have that on, what it does is it allows you to share all of your items without scrolling to load them. So like you can see I'm in my wife's closet, and I'll refresh the page. There's 439 listings. I think she has like 100 available items. And what I can do, if this background mode is on, then when I share, it actually is going to pull in, 107 items here. And I can zoom in on that a little bit so you can see it. So yeah, that background mode is the solution for, especially if you have like thousands of items and stuff. You're right. It does get really slow and loads really slow. So that's how you do that. I do sloth overnight, and when I wake up several times a night, I check for Captchas. Oh no, Lane, you should be sleeping, not checking for Captchas. That's another thing too. I don't know if you actually have good success, Lane, with that, but I mean, certainly not many people are on the Poshmark app at night. So, certainly most people are around between 10 a.m. and midnight Eastern time. So that's when I recommend generally sharing. So I don't know if that helps you, but you should probably be sleeping at night. Oh, yes, Christine Geese. I think that's how you say geese. Hopefully, it's Geese, I don't know. Will there ever be a function to automatically send offers to likers in real time? Yes, that is coming very soon. It's something that I'm building right now. And you're right, that's going to be really cool because as soon as somebody likes an item, it'll be within, seconds, or, maybe like tens of seconds, that it'll send an offer back. And that will be really cool for, oh, my wife jumped in the chat. She says, please don't mess up the organization of my closet. It could already be messed up. I'm sorry. Using it for demonstration purposes. Everybody say hi to Hannah. I wake up to offers almost every morning. Wow. All right, cool. Well, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. All right. Let's get back to question number 3 from Sherry, who sent me an email. What can I do to keep my closet at the top? I have bottom up selected and I find myself stopping and joining a party so the order messes up. Yeah, unfortunately, the only way to keep an item at the top is to share it. So yeah, that's really it. So, if you stop sharing in the middle of sharing all of your items, then your closet's just going to be messed up. People have asked me to make like a way to make it so that like certain items are at the top. And that's something I might do in the future. But yeah, I would say your closet order isn't that important, but yeah, it's something I'll look to in the future. Look into in the future. Yep, it looks like I messed up the order of my wife's closet. I'm sorry. I just got here and I've been using Closet Tools for a few months and I've made so many more sales. Thank you. You're welcome, Susan G. I'm glad it's made you a bunch of sales. Yeah, Christine, when I do that, you'll be able to specify the time that it responds. I personally would do it within like seconds. It makes it seem like you're like right there in the app kind of thing. And that's also the time that person is also in the app. So when they get a notification, they're gonna be like, oh, wow, like I'm actually thinking about this item right now. So, Techie Girl, what is the attraction to keeping a certain item at the top? Basically if somebody visits your closet, the first couple items they see is what's at the top. So you kind of want the things you want to sell at the top is basically what most people think about. I don't actually think it's that important, but for some people, they really want to highlight certain items and stuff like that. So, yeah, that is what people like to do. All right, let's get back to Sherry's question. Number 4, can I have my laptop with Closet Tools and my iPhone at the same time, but only using one at a time? Yes, that's actually like the most common way. That's the most common way that people use it, where they'll have their laptop or computer sharing and doing things all day, and then on their iPhone they'll use the actual Poshmark app and they'll be interacting with customers, listing new items and things like that. So yeah, 100% I would do that. I wouldn't like share on both devices at the same time. I wouldn't, like do a bunch of different things, like do the same thing on both devices at the same time. But if you're just managing sales and stuff like that on your phone, you can have your computer sharing constantly throughout the day. Garian says, Closet Assistant looks different from what I have. Am I missing something? There's another app called Closet Assistant, and this is Closet Tools. So I can put a link in the chat. Closet Tools is the original one, and then I had a bunch of other people copy my app and steal the name and a bunch of stuff like that. So it's been like another popular one is Closet Pilot. Like they literally stole my code pretty early on when I started Closet Tools, and then they just basically copied everything that I did. So yeah, that was interesting. The only tool that really existed before Closet Tools was Simple Posture. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't really care about them. I'm doing fine. So if they are bundling, will the bot hold off on an offer? I don't know if there's a way I can know that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a way I'm going to be able to know if they're making bundles and stuff like that. So, I'm going to say no. Junky Pro Tools. Yeah, Pro Tools. Yeah. Thrifted Posh Boss says, hello, Jordan. I love this. Made more sales from this. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm glad you made a lot of sales. It's funny. Sometimes I get emails from people, they'll cancel their subscription and they say, I sold all of my inventory. I don't need Closet Tools anymore. I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna, fail you for that. Like that's pretty sweet that Closet Tools can sell all of your items. That's really cool. Shirley Pincus, hopefully I said that right, says, hi, when you select items 1, 2, 3 and then click share, will Closet Tools share in that order? Yes, 100%. And I want to say it does it like so like if you do like 1, 2, 3, 4 and you do bottom up, then it'll do 4, 2, 3, 1, so it'll keep it in that order basically. So if you would use the bottom up and you do the 1, 2, 3, 4, then that will keep it in that order for sure. And that's a great way to keep certain items at the top of your closet. Like say you share a bunch of items, but then you're like, oh, I just want these ones at the top. Then you just select the ones you want and then share them, and then they're in that order at the top. New Bloom Closet says Closet Tools is better. Nice. Hopefully. I try my best to make it good. Sorry if I missed it. What's the suggested... Oh, so this is New England Betty Boop. Sorry if I missed it. What's the suggested amount of shares and follows daily? So the absolute... So this is like kind of just like Poshmark rules. The absolute max is 10,000 in a day. That if you go over 10,000 or roughly 10,000, you're going to get put in share jail. But I usually recommend 5,000 or less a day. I think that's a pretty reasonable amount to make it look like you're a human and you don't get too many Captchas and, you stay well under the radar. And 5,000 is actually, what sloth speed can do in about 12 hours. So if you just share all day from like 10 a.m. to midnight or something like that, then you're going to do about 5,000 shares in a day, and you can let Closet Tools do that throughout the entire day. Hannah says, wait, so I can organize my closet that way? Yes, you can organize your closet with select items. Yep, 100%. New Bloom Closet says, Closet Tools is responsible for growing my closet from a hobby to a business. That's great. That's really cool. That's what makes me so excited. I get emails from some people saying that, like, Closet Tools pays the bills for them, which is like incredible. That's such a cool feeling, and that's why I like to show up and help you guys and support you guys, because it really is a neat way to serve other people and help other people. It feels good. It's a lot of fun working on something that helps people in that way for sure, and especially like a lot of Poshmark sellers are women, and a lot of them are moms. and they want to spend more time with their kids, and they want to spend more time doing other things that are important to family and things like that. And Closet Tools frees up some of their time to do that, and it's pretty cool being able to do that on a bigger scale. So let's see. Last question. Christine Geese says, last question. Any way to copy and relist old items, anything over 61 days old, with an ability to delete the original listing? There's not yet. People have asked about it, and it's something that I'm definitely going to look into. So yeah, it's on my list of things to do. It's not a super high priority, but it would be something that would be pretty easy to do. The other thing is, I think Poshmark just released, now you can specify the shipping price in the actual price of the item. So I want to have Poshmark or Closet Tools be able to do that too, kind of when you do the change prices, to be able to set the shipping price as well for the change prices. That would be pretty cool. So that's something coming up in the future. Tan Dramatics says, hello, thanks for creating the great app. So when you're doing random, can it be for a specific group like women? Thanks. Yeah. So if you just use the Poshmark filtering settings, so right here, if I just click women, then all of the women items are on the page. And when I go to, actually, let me refresh the page. When I go to share, it's only going to do the women's items. And obviously, if you wanted random, then you would pick the random ordering here. So that's how you're going to be able to get just women's items and share them randomly. And you can also do that to a party if those items are valid for the party. Techie girl, did you create this for your wife? Writing code isn't exactly easy, so why Poshmark sharing, and what made something you wanted to pursue? Yeah, actually, that's exactly how Closet Tools got started. And it's funny because it was, my wife got on Poshmark, she started selling, and right away she started spending a lot of time sharing and stuff like that. And I knew how to code, and I was like, oh, I think I can write something, a script that can automate that for you. And there was no interface, there was no buttons or anything like that. It was just code that you ran, and it just ran through and shared all our items. And yeah, that was actually how Closet Tools got started. So I made it for my wife to save her some time, and then she shared it with all of her friends so that they could save a bunch of time, and they all really liked it. And then I posted it on a blog that I was writing, and then people started finding it and emailing me about it. And it was only at that point where I thought oh, I can actually probably, turn this into a business and sell access to this tool that helps people, save time and make money. So yeah, that's exactly how it started. So that's why you always see my wife's closet and, in my demos and stuff like that. Cause I personally don't have a closet. But I help her, grow her closet. I mean, you can see she has 100,000 followers, and she's pretty casual on Poshmark. She's not a full-time seller or anything like that. So, but she's used Closet Tools over the years to grow and sell her items and stuff like that. So, Nick Ballara says, we have found that sharing others during parties is better than sharing our own items in return of engagement. Yeah, Nick, that is one of the best growth tactics of Poshmark, is going to a party feed and sharing other people's items while the party's going on. If you can do that on continuous mode, you're going to get so many followers and so many people sharing your items. And not only are they sharing your items, but you're going to get your items exposed to a brand new audience that has never seen your items. So that is probably the number one growth hack for getting new followers, is going to a party and sharing the party feed. 100%. That's a really good one. There actually is a referral program. It's not super, I don't talk about it a lot. It's actually at the bottom. If I go to the Closet Tools, it's at the bottom here. There's an affiliate program. The reason why I don't talk about it much is because what happens is, if you, here, I'll put a link in the chat down here. if they come through your affiliate link, so like I think mine's like ref equals, I don't, let me see. I have to get my link. Via, okay, so it's via equals Jordan. Okay. Did that not work? Let me try. Oh, interesting. Oh, you know what? I might be blocking it. That's why. There we go. All right, so I had a blocker on that was blocking it, and this is why I haven't really promoted it much, because it's not fully baked. But anyways, when you come in through an affiliate link, there's this get started button, and that's what they have to go through to then sign up for Closet Tools. So I really want to make it a little more fully baked, where they can put like an affiliate code or something in the app, and then that really would be a better way to, you know, keep track of your sales and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, if they've already signed up, then you miss out on that affiliate revenue, but worth every penny. Just here for any tips and tricks. Thanks for working so hard, Jordan. You're welcome, Noah. Do I need Poshmark open in the tab to use it in background mode? If you're on your computer, like, no, you can like go to another tab and it'll still run in the background. If you're using it on your iPhone or your Android device, then it does need to be in the foreground. Yeah, or otherwise it won't work. Yeah. Nick Ballara says sometimes it stops at 48 shared, even if I've scrolled down hundreds when sharing from the party feed. That is because you have background mode on, and it's not actually using the items on the page. It's actually pulling the brand new items in the background. So you actually, like, if you share in continuous mode with background mode on in a party feed, it's just getting the new 48 items when it gets to the end of the list. So it's not doing the items on the page. If you wanted to do the items on the page, then you would turn off background mode and scroll. So actually with the background mode, you can share the party feed without needing to scroll, and it'll load new items continuously, and just like in your closet and stuff like that. So it doesn't just share the same 48 items over and over again. I've been having some problems. So Thrill of the Lux says, I've been having some problems with auto scroll on the page. Sometimes it stops a shorter amount of items. Is that a cookie problem? No, that's an issue with Poshmark. Basically, they actually made an update. I don't know, it was like 6 months ago or something like that. And that's why I built the background mode, where like, I think their images got like a lot bigger. And when people scrolled like through like 1,000 items, their browser tab would crash and things like that. So, I built background mode for that. And what background mode is, and Christine Geese is wondering what background mode is. If you go to the settings tab, there's this background mode, and right now I have it on. So like if I have background mode off, you can see like, if I do sharing, then it brings up the modal and it does sharing like that. And I have it on fast. I'll turn on like medium or something like that. So that's like normal sharing. But if let me refresh the page. If I turn background mode on, then what happens is it grabs all of your items in the background and shares them in the background without having the pop-up or anything like that. So you can see like here, there's 74 items that it's sharing. And that's because right now I have the department set to women. But 74 is more than the 48 items, so I didn't have to scroll to load more items. Background mode got all of the items that matched the Poshmark filtering settings, and it shares them in the background. So background mode is super useful for mobile devices and people that have thousands of items and they don't want to like scroll all the way down to like load all of them. Background mode will do that for you very quickly. So I highly recommend that for a lot of people. Thrifted Poshboss says, can we do the yearly subscription but have it taken out monthly? No, I mean that's kind of the way it's set up right now. It's either yearly or monthly. People are retracting their messages, maybe because I'm answering the questions. I'm not sure. Life of Everything says, I hope I can access the offer to likers option on my liked items because it's easy to use that way rather than the whole closet. Oh, do you like your own items or something? Interesting. New England Betty Boop says, yeah, I like that. Continuous mode, background mode, have to try that. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's the biggest growth hack for getting a lot of followers. Continuous mode, background mode, sharing a party feed while it's live. You're going to get, if you share 1,000 or 2 items, then you're going to get probably like a couple hundred followers in an hour. Could even be more. Could even get 1,000 followers or something like that. So, sweet. Yeah, Lisa Manetta says, I don't have background mode on and only can share 48 of others. Yeah, and Lisa, that's because if you don't have background mode on, you have to scroll down the page to load more items. You can see when I scroll, there's like a loading more button. And that's because Closet Tools only shares the items that are on the page if you're doing like traditional sharing. The background mode is what allows you to grab all of the items that match the Poshmark filtering settings that you have here. So if you wanted to do normal sharing, then you would scroll all the way down and you would need to get all the items on the page and then you would start sharing. And then that's how you can do more than 48 items. When I open Poshmark through Chrome and go to my closet, the URL search line disappears. Yeah, Stacy Marie, this was something that was an issue. I'm assuming you use the new Android version. What it's doing is when you go to your closet, sometimes if you're on Android and you're using Chrome to use the app, then it'll go actually to your Poshmark app and open that up, which is not where you want to be. You want to be in Chrome. And also on Apple devices, if you use Safari and you go to your closet, then it'll open up the app, and it's called deep linking, and it's just Poshmark wants you to use the app basically. So the only way to round that is to either remove the app, or if you are using Android, I'll show you. I'll put a link to the documentation, but you can use the Kiwi browser version of the tool, and that will allow you to not get sent to the Poshmark app when you tap on your closet. Can I send, this is Mark Joseph, can I send offers to random likers? Random liners, not random likers. Mark, you might have to clarify. Is there a way to, so this is Annie Doran, is there a way to share the party without my order getting rearranged? It'd be cool if I could simultaneously share to followers and the party so my closet order would stay in place. Yeah, unfortunately not. Anytime you share an item, it's at the top of the closet. So that's the only way to change the order and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, Charlotte Jacobson has a good solution. She opens a different tab and shares to the party. And then once that's all run, she goes back to the other tab and runs it so the order stays in place. Very cool hack, Charlotte Jacobson. That's really cool. Automating offer responses would be my biggest wish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I would want to know a little bit more of a process. So this is Nick Ballara's thing. He said automating offer responses would be my biggest wish. I would like to know a little bit more about how people would want to do that and how that would even be like possible. Because obviously you don't want to like accept people's offer immediately, right? Like, they're going to lowball you, and then you don't want to just like accept it. So, there's definitely a little bit of a process there that would need to take place. And that's why I haven't really tackled it, because it is more of a manual thing, for sure. Lisa Mineta says, thanks. Can you explain continuous for me? I have to be available for Captchas. So how are people doing continuous? So the way to get around the Captcha, so continuous mode just basically loops through your closet. So like when it gets to the end of your closet, it starts back at the top again. Or I guess if you do bottom up, it starts at the bottom and goes up. The way to get around that is the solve Captchas. And solve Captchas, let me see, there's in the documentation, there's the Captcha alarm and solving. And I'll put that in the chat. And if you go to solving Captchas here, and I want to make this a little better, I'll probably make a video on it, so that it's easier so that you don't have to sit here and read. But there's a website called 2Captcha, and you make an account here, and you sign up, and when you get into your dashboard, you get an API key. And that API key you paste here into Closet Tools, and then when you have solve Captchas on, it'll actually solve the Captchas for you, and then it'll continue sharing after solving them. So that's how you can kind of let continuous mode run all the time, basically. And P, has Poshmark ever reached out to you, asked you to take down your bot? No, Poshmark hasn't really said anything to me. Christine Geese is talking about the 10,000 share limit. Does that include self-shares and sharing others' items? I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. So, I wouldn't go too crazy with, trying to get close to the 10,000 items limit. MP says you use Canny or user voice voting for feature requests. I don't. Mostly because if I did that, then I would be showing other Poshmark bots that copy everything that I do, what I'm planning on doing in the future. So yeah, I don't like to publicly talk about all of the features that I'm doing because they're just going to copy them and do them. And yeah, so I don't know. I like to just release things to my users. Stacey Marie says, my tool no longer loads on Kiwi. Yeah, there was an issue with Kiwi this weekend. Stacey Marie, 1972, if you go to the Chrome link, and I'll post a link in the chat, it's closet.tools/Chrome. If you go there and remove it and add it again in Kiwi, it should work for you. I fixed it yesterday, so. Maybe something like eBay. eBay has automatic offers where you offer a price that you're comfortable with and automatically offers to a liker. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So like you could have like, I'm not gonna go any lower than this number or something, or like this if somebody sends me an offer, send them this counter offer kind of thing. That might not be a bad idea. But then you'd have to specify what that number is for each item and things like that. So it would be cumbersome, and I've tried my hardest to make features that are like very, you click one button, it does everything for you on Closet Tools. So yeah, it's something I'll think about for sure. New England Beta Boost says, one night I fell asleep and woke up to 16,000 follows. Nice. Charlotte Jacobson, does that solve Captchas button work for the picture ones? Yes, it does. And the way it works is 2Captcha. Basically what happens is Closet Tools sends that Captcha to 2Captcha, and then 2Captcha actually has like people that are solving Captchas, and they get that Captcha, they solve it, and they send the solution back, and then Closet Tools applies the solution to that Captcha, and then it solves it and keeps going. So yeah. Why when you follow and it doesn't show the correct amount on your actual page? Answer, please. This is Bertha Charles. Why when you follow and it doesn't show the correct amount on the actual page? Answer, please. I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes, so like the for the following stuff, Closet Tools isn't really that smart. It just counts how many buttons it's clicked. So sometimes like if you get like put in share jail or follow jail, then like it's still clicking buttons even though it's not actually following people. So like the number is going to keep going up here because it's clicking buttons, but you're not actually following people. So maybe that's what's happening to you. Nick Ballara, auto decline, auto accept below would be a great start. Yeah, and Nick Ballara, I'd probably do that with like a percentage thing or something like that. Like, say like, you run an offer to likers that's like 10%. And then like if the person that sends an offer is like less than 20% less than the price that you put up, then like it would auto decline or something like that. And then you basically just, that's interesting. That would be kind of cool. I'd have to look into that for sure, but it does sound pretty cool. Let's see. I can go over here back to Sherry's questions who sent me an email. Oh, yeah, no, I think that's about it. So we're done with her questions. Have you figured out a way to have the bot share drops soon items? I can. Mostly I haven't really looked into it. And I probably should. And I think it's probably because my wife doesn't do that. But if you what I could do is I can add, instead of this available items only, I can put a couple options here where you can select, basically it'll be whatever this availability is here. And then like you could have it select only your dropping soon items or your available and dropping soon items. And then that would work for that for sure. So maybe I'll do that. I'll add that to my list of things to add because I think that would be pretty easy. Noah says more subscription tier options would be super helpful. I know I'll be subscribed for the year, but I can't afford the outright price all at once. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't like to go like lower in price just because then I end up getting a lot of users. And a lot of times when you go lower in price, the customers aren't as, they're a lot more price sensitive, if that makes sense. So this is like business stuff where like, if $30 a month is way too much for you, then I don't know. It's an interesting one because like obviously you want people to have access to tools that help them and stuff like that. But like, if $10 a month or something like that is like, a stretch, then, you probably are in the wrong place to begin with. So it's an interesting one. I like to keep the price a little bit high so that I can make a living doing this, but then also, it keeps the amount of people using it low, which also is nice because then it doesn't go on Poshmark's radar. It's not like there's like a million people using this and Poshmark's like, dude, you got to shut this thing down. There's like a handful of thousands of people using it and there's like 30 million users on Poshmark. So like it's a drop in the bucket, for Poshmark. So it keeps it under the radar for sure. Bertha Charles says, is medium following better than fast for following? Yeah, if you do things slower, you're gonna prevent like share jail and follow jail, but it's more of a numbers based thing, and it's more that like 10,000 mark. So if you follow more than 10,000 a day, you're definitely gonna get it put in follow jail. So if you try to keep things under 5,000 in a day, then you should be fine for sharing and following and things like that. Christine Geese, the possibility of sending out a survey to Closet Tools customers to gauge what the most wanted features are. Yeah, I answered that above a little bit. I don't like to talk about the features that I'm going to make because then my competitors are watching and they just copy stuff. So I like to release it, and then there's at least some amount of time between when I put stuff out and they copy what I do. So yeah. Yeah, I could think about doing like a 3-month or a 6-month option. That's not a bad idea. You could save a little bit doing it. The other thing is if you sign up for the affiliate program, then you can, if you refer users, then technically you get paid monthly for Closet Tools. But then you're kind of relying on other people to sign up and pay and stuff like that. So. Nice cold coffee. All right. Does anyone have any more questions? It's pretty cool. We got quite a few people in here. We got 45 people in here right now. That's pretty sweet. All right, everybody's saying the price is fair. That's great. I actually haven't changed the price since the very beginning. And in the very beginning, Closet Tools was literally just sharing to followers and sharing to parties and following and unfollowing. That's all it was. So all of these things I've added over the last couple of years, and I've kept the price exactly the same. So yeah, I think it's reasonable. And I mean, like, it's reasonable because like if you pay for a virtual assistant or something like that, you're paying $100, $200 a month or something like that. So it's software, so it's, cheap to distribute and stuff like that. But yeah, the value it provides, it gives most people, thousands of dollars a month in revenue for $30 a month, which is pretty sweet. So. Steph Pasha says, "Are you planning to do auto offers?" Yeah, actually, Closet Tools was the first, the first tool to do offer to likers, and that's what this is here. So, like, if you go to Closet Tools and you go to the Lightning tab, there's the offer to likers here, and you can change the discount price, and you can change the shipping price for sending offers, and then all you do is hit one button, and it starts sending offers to likers, and that's it. Yeah, all the other Poshmark bots copied that feature from me. So, and what are your plans? There's just one plan. It's $30 a month, and it's $250 a year. Basically, those are the plans right now. So, no, what features are you planning on adding that you want to share? Well, I talked about one earlier where it's basically like automatic offer to likers, where oh, and maybe this is what Steph's talking about, where basically like as soon as somebody likes an item, then you'll automatically send an offer back, or like you'll automatically send an offer to that liker. So that's something that I plan on doing pretty soon. Basically like notification watching stuff. So like if somebody shares your items, you could have it automatically share, like 2 or 3 of their items back or something like that. A lot of people want that return share stuff. So that's kind of in the future for sure. But then I have some other pretty super secret stuff that I think are going to be really cool, but I don't want to share them too much. Nick Ballard says, "Do you see the possibility of Poshmark ever being available as an integration for multi-platform management?" Oh, you mean like Closet Tools is like other platforms? I don't know. I mean, when you start getting into like multiple platforms and stuff like that, things get messy, and it's just me here. So like, I want to make something that's sustainable that I can actually do well. I don't want to like get stretched thin and make something that doesn't work very well, and then people hate it, or they just like put up with it, and then I don't know, you know what I mean? So like there would be a lot involved in going multi-platform, and that would be something that I would want like a team dedicated to or something like that. And I'm not incredibly interested in doing that at the moment, so I'm not 100% sure how that'll go going forward. So yeah, Steph. So yeah, you're talking about automatically sending them as they come in. Yep. Yeah. So that's on the chopping block. That's probably coming in the next couple of weeks or so. is when I'm gonna start hammering out that code. So, yeah. And what's funny is I actually talked about that on my last live stream, and so that's where they got the idea from. So just to show you how quickly these competitors are and how closely they're watching everything that I do just to get some ideas for some innovation. So that's why, like I said, that's why I don't like to talk about it too much. And the last live stream was like, I don't know, it was like 6 or 8 months ago or something like that. So I want to do these more often, though. It's pretty cool hanging out with everybody and chatting. And, it's kind of interesting, some of the features, even like background mode, some people don't even know about it. And doing live streams like this helps, helps some people get a little bit more familiar with some of the features of the tool, which is cool. Auto offers does prevent us from ending listings when inventory is depleted. No big deal, just annoying. Auto offers does prevent us from. Nick Blair, you might have to explain that. So you can't end a listing if you have offers out on it or something like that? I think that's what you're saying. Lisa says, "Can you keep your live stream private?" Well, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know, who is, I'm assuming, they have accounts on Closet Tools, and obviously, I don't, so I don't know who's watching or whatever. So it's much easier to just keep stuff in my head and then just build it and then push it out to everybody, and that tends to work pretty good. You can change the size in the listing to end it if you sold on another platform. Oh yeah, that's a pretty neat trick. Amanda Snide says if you change the title in an item, then it cancels offers, and that is a great tip because and I wouldn't go crazy on this, but if you change the title on items, then you can resend offers often, and actually it works too if you change the price, and you can do that with Closet Tools. So if you go to Closet Tools and you send offers on all of your items, and then you go through and you change the prices on your items, you can even increase the prices by 10%, and then you can go back through and offer those items again, and you could actually do that over and over and over again, technically, because so. Life of Everything says there's a spy in the building. Yeah, it could be you. Who knows? All right, how long have I been on here? Ooh, over an hour. All right, I think I'm gonna cut it off here unless anybody has any questions or anything, last minute questions, or anything they want to know about or anything like that. Always Patreon, yeah. But I mean, even with Patreon, the people that want to know information, you can just pay. There's no way to keep it secret. My wife says she tried changing the title the other day to cancel an offer. It didn't work. Yeah, try changing the price. I think the price is what does it. If you change the price, then I think it cancels offers. Or change the size. Make them pay for it. Yeah, I could at least make them pay for it, I guess. Is 2Captcha free? No. 2Captcha is cheap, but not free. It's like 3 cents a captcha or something like that. Looks like it's, oh no, 5 cents per 1,000 solved captchas. So, you probably will spend a couple dollars in a month or something like that if you use it. So it's not too expensive. So it's reasonable. But yeah, so over the next week or so, I'm going to be updating. I did a big overhaul of the documentation page. So now it's a little more accessible than it was before. And right now I've been working on videos for some things. So I just made videos for like these installation things where it shows people what's going on the screen and helps them walk through it. And I want to do that for like other features. So like, background mode, like showing them how to enable it and stuff like that, or like select items, showing them what it looks like and how it works. Even though I do have some videos, they're not like as personal as me like going through and showing them how it works and stuff like that. So that's something I want to do. But all right, cool. I'm hoping to do these at least bi-weekly, if not weekly. So if you missed out this time, stay tuned. There's going to be another one. So thanks for joining, everybody, and hope you guys have an awesome day. And I will see you later. And thank you guys for everything.